Hey, what's up guys? Thetcglover here. How you all doing tonight? Right, so in this envelope I've got a very interesting video to make for you guys today. So let's open it up and have a look at what we got. Yeah, this kind of summarizes exactly what the video is going to be today. It's the Realm of Light structure deck. We're not just going to be doing a quick, oh, what's going to be in the deck, because if you want to see that, go and check out iPokemonEye's channel. He's done a video because he's always the quickest. What I did is I thought I would pick up 3 of these lovely things. And what my video is going to be about today, here we go. First off, you're probably wondering why the hell they didn't come in their boxes. It's because it's cheaper to send out to clients and customers and stuff like that without their boxes, because then they come in small envelopes like this and doesn't cost more postage. So it's cheaper for them to send like this, and that's completely fine because I don't care for the packaging. So we have today 3 Lightsworn structure decks, and the great thing about structure decks, which obviously if you watch Galactic God's previous videos sort of on this sort of thing, is that they're great when you buy 3, because then you can combine them together and you can create a really consistent version of the same deck. So generally when you go and buy a structure deck, if you're going to actually play it as your main deck, you might as well just go and pick up 3 of them. Even though it's more expensive, you do get a free of every card you need, so therefore you don't have to worry about it. So what we're going to do now is going to have a quick browse through one of the decks, then we actually have a look at what we can, what the deck has, because I actually have looked through it, but I have not had a chance to actually have a look at it, hands on. So let's just get this this bitch out of its packaging. Ah! Oh, come on, I have nails as well. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be fun because I've never done this before, generally because it's quite an expensive video to make. Every time you want to make this video, you have to spend first. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look at one of the decks, and then we're going to make a better deck out of all 3. So then you go, oh, if I'm drafting this structure deck, as in going to a tournament playing this structure deck, how do you optimize the deck with 3 structure decks so that you get the best deck? So let's get this little whatever. So first off we have Michael the Arch Lightsworn. Pretty interesting little guy. Since it's the only card going to be in your extra deck, if you're doing it, you might as well have all 3 in there. Banishes stuff by paying 1,000 life points, so it gets with a lot of problems, and it lets you recycle your Lightsworns back. Lightsworn Sanctuary, a lot of people were like, oh, I don't like it, it's crap. It's debatable, but I guess you could run one if you want to, but generally it's not that great. Minerva Lightsworn Maiden. It's weird because initially I was like, what a crap card, but the main benefit of this card is, one, that it's a different Lightsworn to the rest of your Lightsworn, so it's a JD target. And the second thing, oh, it's a tuner as well, so that's handy. But the main thing is that when you discard it with Lumina, or you send it with Solar Recharge or Charge the Light Brigade, it lets you send an extra card to the graveyard, and that generally allows you to get just about the right amount of milling, but not to the point where you're milling so much that you deck yourself out. So in this case, Minerva allows you to really control your graveyard while allowing you to actually give some speed. It actually gives the deck a lot of speed, provided that you run maybe 1 or 2. I think in my case for this particular thing I might just run 2 because of the fact that I'll be struggling to find 40 relevant cards for the deck. So I will run 2 for now possibly, but I would say in terms of general play I would definitely think about running at least 1, because it is very, very good. Surprisingly good considering that everyone hates it. Raiden, one of the best cards in the deck now. Really, really good. I'm not sure if I'd run 3 because you want to have multiple Lightsworn targets for JD, but generally running 2 is pretty solid. If you're running multiple Wolves, you definitely see the benefit when you special summon Wolf and then you make a level 8 like Crimson Blade or something like that, if you're playing the mirror match. But generally it's just a really good card, probably one of the better cards out of the 2. But it's definitely going in there. We got Alexandrite Dragon. We got common JD, which has already been reprinted as a common many times. We got Graganef, Celestia, Jane. Oh, it's 2 Janes. Ooh, nice, tasty. We got ourselves 2 Lilas. By far one of the better reprints. It was getting pretty expensive, even though it was a common and Dragons Collide. But it's nice that it's been reprinted again. We got Groff. Yeah, so Groff is pretty solid. You obviously run it at 1, but you can do whatever you want, man. I don't care. Well, just play, you know. Wolf, Lightsworn, Beast. Most players are not running it at 1 because it is a dead draw, but you can run it at 2 if you're running multiple Raidens. But when Felice comes out, you probably wouldn't run more than 1 at the most. You might not even run it at all because Felice is the better card. But Wolf is still pretty solid at 2100. It gets over a lot of problems. We got Eren. It's definitely a one-of. I would definitely recommend playing it. It's pretty solid. I like it. We got 2 Luminas. Pretty good that they put 2 in here, but you know, if I'm gonna buy 3 of them, I've now got 6, and I can't even run 6. So even though I would if I could, but it's pretty good. I enjoy it pretty much. It's broken. Arcus, still good. It works against Fire and Ice Hand and other things like that, but generally it's just sitting there. Doesn't really do much, you know, but it is level 3 for rank 3 shenanigans. We got Shire. That's cool. I guess it's pretty good. I guess we need late game establishment, which generally doesn't happen. We got Raikou. 2 Raikous, generally for the side deck, but overall it's pretty good. If you want to put 1 in the main, you can, but generally there's other ways to deal with things faster. We got Honest. Let's be honest, it's pretty damn good. We got Light Ray Diabolos. I would run at least 2 of these if you're playing the Lightsworn Ruler build, because it works with rank 7s. Use the Dragon Rulers to use this and this. You obviously use the effect first, and you make Dracosac, and you do some shenanigans that way. Daedalus, I would say to put this into the side, but that's, you know, that's just doing fucking right now. Vylon Prism, it's rubbish. These are just extra cards that they put in. Obviously Necroguard is actually relevant, so that's going in. But Black Ray Zephyros could go in if you want to, but I don't really see a point because I would have no way to use it for anything if I was drafting this deck, so it doesn't really work for me. But it is great that it got a reprint. You know, they're all really relevant cards. Like, it's great that this card is now a common. You know, it's great that this card's got reprinted again, and it's great that this card is now more accessible for everyone. So it's pretty good. The field spell is absolutely god awful. I don't even know why they named the actual structure deck after it, but you know, you can't be picky. Solar Recharge and Charge Light Brigade. You run 3 of this, 1 of this because you can. You would run 3 of this if you could. It would actually make the deck really good. Monster Reincarnation. Even though the card is a complete neg, I do feel like if you're drafting 3 of these, 3 of the decks, then I would say that you could run possibly 2, maybe, you know, Foolish Burial, I suppose, if you're running multiple Wolves, but I don't think I would run it because it's a bit of a neg. Glorious Illusion is pretty solid actually. I mean, like, but there's nothing you can get back that activates one. If you MST this and then you bring something back, there's nothing you can get back that will help you. But it does allow you to kind of get back Lumina, as you can see by the picture. And I believe during each of your end phases, so it would be great if you could mill on your opponent's end phase when you special summon, but so it's not really as great as it could be. Lightsworn Barrier is way too slow. Don't even bother with it. Vanquishing Light is such a neg because you have to tribute your own monster for it. Beckoning Light, you could probably run of these, but Skill Successor, it's pretty good, but at the same time, it's the attack boost is just not enough. It doesn't do enough. And the final card, which you're definitely going to run 3 of in the draft, is Breakthrough Skill. So good it got a reprint. It was going for like $10 and now it's gone back down again, I reckon. Yeah, you run 3 of these because even in the graveyard it works, so this is the whole reason why they put it in there in the first place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draft the most optimal deck out of the 3 and see what we can make with it. Alright guys, so I took a 15-minute break, went through all the cards, and obviously we got this beautiful stack of like a whole bunch of cards, which, you know, they're all great, but you know, obviously because we can only play 3 cards and 3 of the same card in the deck, we can't, you know, basically a lot of the cards don't get used, which is a shame, but you know, that's just how it is. But I managed to get 40 cards together, and I think this is probably one of the best builds that you can make with 3 structure decks, and I think it's actually a pretty decent deck. Obviously it's overshadowed by Lightsworn Rulers, but overall, I mean, the deck in a pure version is definitely quite good. So obviously I don't know about consistency issues because I have yet to actually sleeve in, actually test it, but at this point it seems pretty good. So obviously the 3 extra deck, the extra deck is just going to be those 3, but obviously I might flesh it out with like Black Rose Dragon and Arcanite Magician and stuff like that. So you know, it has a lot of room for space. Obviously you wouldn't run 3 of these because you'll never go into 3, but you know, I definitely recommend at least 2, possibly maybe 1 or 2, I don't know. So anyway, let's go over the main deck. So We got ourselves 3 JDs, obviously. A lot of the deck is pretty standard, like you wouldn't think of it to be anything too deviated from the typical build, because most of the deck, the structure deck, which is fantastic really, it comes with pretty much everything that you need for this deck, so it's really good. So okay, so we've got 3 JD, 2 Raiden, 2 Minerva. I wouldn't crank it up to 3, but the deck sometimes needs a third one, but it's kind of a 2 of at this point. Lumina, you run 3 because you're not an idiot. 2 Lila, running 3 gets a bit dead. Garoth, so broken. I would run 2, but it's a little bit dead when you have it in hand and there's no way to get it on the field other than summoning it, which is a bit slow. 1 Jane, I would recommend running Rota now that we have Raiden and Garoth and Jane. So when I've actually finished this video, I'm probably going to put Reinforcement of the Army in, and you've also got Eren as well, which is great. So Eren goes in, 1 Eren, 1 Celestia. This is like the 40th card of the deck. I wasn't really sure what to put in there. There was no other card I could feel was a better card, a better choice. So Celestia goes in, but I do have a way to consistently get it out. So, you know. We've got 1 Raikou. I did say to put these in the side, but this is the 39th card, so it's just an extra target. 2 Wolf, 1 Honest, as you'd expect. 2 Diablos. Running 3 is way too cloggy. Running 2 is pretty solid. I mean, obviously it's 5 different lights. You know, that's a pain, but it's still pretty good. Run 3 Necro Gardener because you can discard them with Lumina, and you mill them, and it saves your monsters from dying. It's, you know, fragile monsters. For the spells, we got 3 Solar Recharge, 1 Charge of the Light Brigade, as you'd guess. 2 Monster of Incarnation. 2 Light Sworn Sanctuary. Obviously I don't really approve of the card too much, but I think in some cases it's pretty solid. I don't know, it's just you get back stuff, it does repair you, and you can tell by the artwork that you're really ideally supposed to be pitching Minerva with it, because then it lets you mill a card when you do it. So it's a really nice way to construct your graveyard in such a way that, and obviously because of the shine counters on it, if you do end up getting counters on it and then you JD blow up the field, this card survives, so then you can improve your hand furtherwards, you know, and it helps you set up things like Michael and other, you know, cards from your extra deck. 1 Foolish Burial. Generally you're going to send Wolf, Felice when it comes out, or you're going to send Minerva, or that 4th Light Sworn you need to make things happen. For the traps, we've got 3 Breakthrough Skill. Oh, this is so good, isn't it? I mean, it came with a Breakthrough Skill. The deck came with a Breakthrough Skill. I mean, like, I would debate on getting it if they took it out, because I think that'd be really sly play by Konami. But they actually kept it in, and it keeps the card cheap, and it's a really decent card, especially in Light Swans. 2 Glorious Illusion. This card is exactly why I can play Celestia and not worry about it getting too cloggy, because then I can get back something like Lila, pop, summon Celestia, pop 2 more. It's pretty broken. So Glorious Illusion allows you to recover from milling all of your good cards, and then you're like, oh crap, I have no way to do anything. So you use Glorious Illusion to kind of, it's like Crow of the Haunted when you know, target Sangan or something. It's just like you get it back, and then it's like it lets you do some extra stuff. So it's just in there for stuff. And the last card is Beckoning Light. I hate this card because I don't know, I just don't really think it does anything, but I guess in some sense it's pretty handy if you construct your hand properly. So anyway, that's the deck, and I hope you guys liked it. Comment down below your opinions, if you like it or not. Comment down below what improvements could be made using the cards from the structure deck, maybe changing the ratios, maybe adding something like Kraganif. I was thinking about it because Minerva can search it on summon, but you'd have to set up your graveyard for it, so it's not really that great. But apart from that, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and hopefully in a couple of days I'm going to have a few Primal Origin product opening videos, and I'll open some stuff other than that. So I hope to see you guys in a few days. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, the Thetcglover is out.